if you are in the world of social media, you're a social media manager, you're a content creator, you're an influencer, a podcaster, whatever you do in the world of social media, I have good news for you because today you have officially entered your winning season. We are entering the best time of content in the world of social media and content creation. It is September 2025, which means that Q4 is upon us. And that means for us, as we know, that the summer flop for content creation is over. People are back on their phones, but also the brands' holiday budgets are loading. Like, brands want to spend money on creators. It's the great lock-in on social media, as you probably have seen. So everybody, your target audience, is looking for content. It's just a beautiful time to be in the world of social media and content. And I'm just so excited to be here with you. We're entering fall 2025, and that is the time that you're going to win. I didn't even want to tell you that. I just heard the news and I had to share. Also, welcome back to the Busy Bling podcast. Welcome back to the office. If you are new, welcome to work. It's your first day. It's orientation today. Grab your desk, subscribe, and meet all your coworkers. You have just entered your digital office of social media and content creation. We are from all different walks of social media and content. We have social media managers, freelancers, podcasters, founders, entrepreneurs who have their social media, a lot of influencers, vloggers, creators. I could go on. We have a lot of us over here at Busy Blooming. So welcome to work. If you're new, introduce yourself to your coworkers. Feel free to subscribe. And I'm just so excited to be back. You have no idea. If you're new, we have been on summer break. If you're not new, how was your summer? Welcome to your first official weekly Monday morning meeting. This is something a little bit new. The podcast show is something I really had been working on over the summer, of a different format, a different vibe. And so, but what I've landed on after our break is that I really want to come together every Monday morning here on YouTube. If you're listening on Spotify, you're also welcome, and have a weekly meeting every single week, every single Monday, to start our week together and go through everything that needs to come across your desk in the world of social media. So that is content ideas, what's trending, content trends that I think you should do this week, what's in the news, what did Instagram do that's new this week, YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, the TikTok ban, what's happening with that, like all of the news, all the platform updates, what's trending, a content idea, and then just a bit of a weekly meeting together of what we need to know going into the week of social media and content. And I'm so excited. So I think without further ado, we should just begin. We should just clock in. Feel free to look at the timestamps below if there's a certain section you want to see more than others, but let's just get into it. Let's clock in. We're back. And let's clock in and get back to work. Let's get into it. Okay, so before we get into the news, the trends, all of that, I want to have a super quick weekly meeting with you and bring this to your desk today, is that I want you to have the mindset going into the fall of 2025 is that yes, it's the great lock-in. We love the great lock-in over here. That's the exact energy at our office. But I also want to provide a new perspective, and I want to provide you with an action item for the week. This is mandatory. This is not optional. Is that, you know, that song, The Winner Takes It All by ABBA? I need you to play that song at one point this week. Because like we've been saying, in the world of social and content, it is winning season. This is when you, the winner, you take it all. If you are somebody in social media and content has just not gone your way in 2025, maybe you've done a bunch of Canva slide deck strategies that you haven't executed, you haven't been as consistent as you wanted, maybe some of your content flopped or your clients' content flopped, or maybe you are just feeling like you're not thriving. That is all data, the last 8 months of data that we're going to take with us into the fall, and it is time that the winner takes it all. I'll put this on the screen. I saw this come up on my Instagram, and the Itsy Bitsy Spider is a guest speaker today because this meme I saw on Instagram that says, "Do you think the Itsy Bitsy Spider gave an F about the rain? No, it climbed up the spout. Lock in." And going into this season of content, I have a couple of tips and mantras and rules, you could say, for the office that I will quickly go through before we get into the rest of the episode, because I think these are helpful going into your winning season in the world of social and content, like the mindset that I want us all to have and be included. First thing I need us to do is stop thinking so much and post more. Messy consistency, aim for 80% consistency. We talk about this all the time over here. I just posted about this on Instagram. But if you have been a part of the Busy Living office before now, we did this challenge over the summer called Short Form Summer Rebrand, which was so fun. We were in Canva slide decks, creating new bios, taglines, templates, rebrand strategies, all of that. So if you're anything like me, you've probably been in your head all summer strategizing and thinking about, okay, who would I want to be? what do I want to do on social media? What can my content templates be? What can my schedule be? Trying a bunch of different things, or maybe not posting really at all and just overthinking everything. Going into the fall, I want you to decide that we're done thinking. We're done strategizing. Step away from the Canva slide decks. There is no more rebranding, no more strategizing allowed, because what we're going to do is execute. If you are feeling not super confident in your content, your social media, whatever it is because of a lack of action. Confidence comes from action. The more you messily post and messily do things, the more confident you're going to feel. And if you were somebody you identify as somebody who's like, oh, I just can't post, I overthink everything, I'm just not consistent, break the habit of being yourself. Break that habit right now and build a new habit of being messy. And the art of success on social media is being messily consistent. It just always wins. And I want you to embody that Mel Robbins quote, which I love Mel Robbins. There's no Mel Robbins slander allowed over here. You guys have seen me in my Let Them hoodie. I'm obsessed with her. But she has this amazing quote, which I love so much, of hard decisions make an easy life and easy decisions make a hard life. Like if your alarm goes off at 6 a.m, it's easier to snooze it, but then your day is harder. It's harder to get up, but then your day is easier. We're pushing ourselves a little bit. We're going to be a little bit less nice to ourselves, but with love. And so this week, I want you to play the ABBA song at some point. The winner takes it all. Whether you're out for a walk or you're getting ready, you have it in your headphones, whatever it is, I will be doing this with you and love this song. And decide, okay, this is my winning era. And what this means is that you were deciding that you're going to stop getting in your own way. You're going to stop posting content that you just feel like posting that's fun, that doesn't make any sense to your audience. You're going to get all the things in your life that are in the way out of the way. Are you scrolling too much on your phone? Get a brick. Do you want to wake up earlier? Only have one coffee a day. Do you not have enough time to post on everything? Drop some of your platforms, drop some of your priorities, and really focus on one or two. What are you doing? Do a little audit of yourself. What are the things getting in your way that are stopping you from your winning season? That is the action item for the week. Play The Winner Takes It All by ABBA, because it is your winning season on social with content. Okay, let's get into our next segment, which is what needs to come across your desk. This is the bulk of what we need to know this week. I actually have a lot today. I feel like there are a lot of things that need to come across your desk in the world of social, and I'm going to start with what's trending. There are so many fun things trending right now in social media. Okay, so let's get into it. A little trend report for you for the week of some trends I think you should try, things that are trending that I think will actually help you grow. Sometimes things are trending on Instagram, TikTok, and I think I would not recommend this to the busy blooming office. Like, it's cute, it's funny, but I know you, and I know that social media is your business and it's not like a hobby, it's something that's just for fun. So here are a couple of trends. And when it comes to trends, what I recommend doing is I would think of trends as like 10 to 20% of your content, maybe like 1 post a week, 2 posts a week, or a trend. I like to do like Trend Fridays. Usually we'll post a trend on a Friday on Busy Bloom's account, on my account. But the whole goal of a trend, in my opinion, and the strategic way to use it, is that you use a trending audio, a trend that people are doing on social, as a way to advertise your account. So it's never random, it's cohesive, it's very niche to your audience, of something like your audience or the audience you want will just like so get. They'll repost it, they'll share it. The idea of trends, in my opinion, is that they should really be designed to be reposted on Instagram, reposted on TikTok, shared people's stories. Key with them and how to get them really right for growth, not just views, is that it's very specific to your brand and your target audience. So it's very cohesive. When they see your reel, they go to your profile, it matches, it's cohesive. Okay, so the first trend I will put on the screen, I don't know ball. This is giving holy air ball trend energy from the summer. But ultimately what this is a carousel trend, which I love a carousel trend. They're so easy. Carousels are doing so well on TikTok, so well on Instagram right now. I don't know why YouTube Shorts has not entered their carousel era yet. YouTube Shorts is truly moving in silence. I don't know why they are living in lowercase. I don't know why they aren't launching and taking over short form content like it's Google. I feel like they could absolutely crush it. Maybe they're protecting their peace. I actually don't know, but I think YouTube Shorts could take over all of social. Maybe 2026 is like their year, but the fact that it's in the YouTube app where people are already going, like, they could just take over their algorithm. I don't know why the algorithm is just not hitting. Anyways, okay, not the point. So the trend, I don't know ball, a carousel trend for TikTok and Instagram. It's just 3 photos. The first one is with text on screen saying, when I walk into blank looking like this, and they think I don't know ball. So for example, in the example on the screen, it could be somebody just dressed normally and she says, when I walk into a hospital looking like this, and they think I don't know ball. And then the last photo is saying, I know ball. And then it's her in her doctor's uniform because she's a doctor. This is such an easy trend. And how I've been seeing people use this is kind of like a flex, showing their expertise. I've been seeing people as well saying, like, when I walk into Sephora without makeup on, and then the last photo is them with a gorgeous bead on their face. I do have to say though, I do think a way that you could do this that I haven't seen is using this trend to showcase your journey, like a before or after journey. So for example, let's say you're a fitness creator, you do like weight loss coaching or something. The first photo could be of you saying, when I walk into a gym looking like this, and they think I don't know ball, and then you're all jacked and you're in your outfit, you look all fit and you have a dream body, all these different things. And then the last photo of you is before your fitness journey. So you say, I know ball. Like, it's kind of this before and after flipped. Another example, let's say you're a full-time influencer and you say, when I walk into an office looking like this, and you're holding a tripod, you look like an influencer. And then the last photo is you working at your 9 to 5 saying, I know ball. There's so many ways that you could do this as like a before and after journey that I think could be a really fun way to do it. So that is the first thing that's trending this week that I would recommend us all try. Do a quick I know ball carousel trend, really easy, takes like 10 minutes to make. So I love that. Okay, let's get into the second trend. What's trending this week is the Sabrina Carpenter goodbye trend. Sabrina Carpenter in general is trending so much right now. Also, side note, the VMAs last night I was watching, absolutely amazing. Her performance where she was in the rain, I think changed my life. Anyway, Sabrina Carpenter is trending so much right now. Her new album, which the album took me, I would say 3 listens to like really get into it, but I do love it. I get it. It's like you're supposed to listen from the first song to the last, like in order. It's a story. It's actually very good. But I have to say, the first time I listened to the album, it was 7 in the morning. I was out for a wholesome, crisp fall walk, and when Tears came on, it just was not the wholesome morning walk energy I was looking for. But I've listened again, and I love this album. Anyway, what's trending this week is her song Goodbye. What people are basically doing is doing a 10-second video with that song underneath with a text on screen saying, when somebody says blank, and then you're obviously like waving goodbye in the background. This is super easy. Like, for example, let's say you work a 9 to 5 job and you could put the text on screen when somebody at my 9 to 5 says they love my videos, and you're like, goodbye. So the funny way to do it, you also could say something that you know your audience would disagree with. Like for me, I could say, when I hear somebody making fun of somebody being an influencer and I'm like, goodbye, that's not funny. Influencers are the future. So this is another really easy one, super simple trend. One note I do have is that I am not somebody who can like voice lyrics very smoothly. You have to have some sort of coordination to look cool voicing lyrics to a song. So I would do this as just like waving. But if you feel like you have the ability to look amazing, to look cool and voice lyrics, which I'm sure you do, then feel free. But I want to say to anybody who doesn't feel comfortable, you can just wave goodbye. I'll be right there with you this week. Okay, and then the next trend, the last one, is the daily affirmations trend. This is so funny, and somebody has to do this week. I think we'll do this at Busy Blooming. It's a 9-second video with text on screen that just says daily affirmations, but they're funny. So it'll be like daily affirmations, you're not annoying, you're so back, break up with him, whatever it is. Like, they're funny. This is such a good video for reposting, sharing to your story, all of that. Something I haven't seen that I would recommend doing for this, if I were to do this, is I would do a theme. So I wouldn't just say daily affirmations. I would say like anxiety affirmations, and then I would have on the screen, you didn't say anything weird last night, you weren't being too loud, nobody thinks you're annoying, nobody's talking about you, like something like that. You're allowed to have fun. Or if I did like content creator affirmations, which maybe I'll do, your content's amazing, things like that. This kind of reminds me of when the trend was going around with the mug of coffee. It's still going around, people would stir it and there's like a bunch of words on it. Kind of a similar vibe. For this, you could have a video of you like walking, working, whatever's like really related to your brand, working out, doing your makeup, something like that, and just super simple. I would do plain white text. People are using the same song from the ball trend. I would probably use like House Tour or something by Sabrina Carpenter because that's just doing really well. Okay, and then let's get into the content idea of the week. So one thing about me, I love content ideas. I love coming up with content ideas. It's my favorite thing to do. When I used to meet and coach creators, my favorite thing was doing a bunch of ideas for them, of series ideas, bio ideas, whatever. So what I wanted to add into the show every week is one content idea. And if you're in Busy Blooming HQ, which if you have been in HQ, this whole format of the show is not new to you. We've been doing stuff like this all summer, but every single Sunday I post a content idea and trends report. So last night I posted it in HQ on Sunday, set you up for the week. And yesterday I did 9 ideas of just unique ideas that I come up with on my own. And I kind of build your content calendar for you for the week. HQ, it's $25 a month. That is one of many, many benefits of being in our office. We have all their departments. You can chat, throw your content in there. We do lives twice a week. But one thing I do is a content ideas and trends report every Sunday night. So I thought in the show every Monday it'd be fun to pull one of those ideas and give you an idea for the week. And this is an idea that I'm going to be doing. I've actually already started it and I love it. So, okay, here's the idea. So obviously it's back to school season and back to school is trending so much. So what I thought we should all do is something university. So for example, you could do Glow Up University, 5 a.m. Club University, Fitness Era University, Content Creator University. And what you would do is just one video of you like holding an iPad or holding a notebook, which is such a good hook. I feel like when you're holding a book, not a hook, but like something that keeps people watching is when you're holding something because they want to see what you're about to say. So you do one video of you like holding a notebook, holding a iPad, and the text on screen is like Fitness Era University or something. And then the hook you could use is this, which I think is really fun. Let's do 5 a.m. Club. If you want to wake up by 5 a.m. by the end of 2025, it is officially back to school season. So that means you're going to 5 a.m. Club University. And then you just do a video going through a bunch of tips of how to wake up early. You could do this as a one-off video, as a couple of videos in a mini series. I'm going to be doing this for my series for September because we're all doing series in September. If you're in HQ or if you follow me on Instagram, I feel like it's one of the best ways to get out of your head is to do a series. So I feel like this is just such a fun video of being like, okay, it's Glow Up University. Class has begun. Here's what we're going to do. I'm going to be doing for the month of September AI Era University, talking about ChatGPT, how people in content and social are using AI. I can't wait for all the hate comments on those about men telling me to stop talking about AI and calling her my bestie. But it is hilarious, so I actually can't stop. Another format you could do for this is a bunch of green screen pictures behind you from Pinterest that kind of match the vibe. If you don't want to use Pinterest, use Dupe Photos. It's basically Pinterest, but it's all like royalty free. You can use Dupe Photos if you're like a business. Okay, so those are the trends. There's one content idea. Some of these trends will be included in the content ideas report in HQ. So HQ, let's say we have 10 ideas for the week. There might be 3 or 4 in the episode and then 6 extra. But then everything's formatted and linked with a bunch of unique takes. So if you want a Sunday report, go check out Busy Blooming HQ. We would love to have you in the office. It's truly the nicest people you've ever met and the smartest, most amazing types of creators, social media managers. Like, it's the best group over there. It's so fun. Okay, next up, let's get into our platform updates and news for the week. There's only a couple of things that need to come across your desk this week. It's the first week back. And over the summer, I feel like there were a couple of big updates, but in the last week, there really hasn't been anything. If you're in HQ, you already know these because we talked about them. But let's just run through Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, and just like see where we're at. And then we'll go week by week from now on. Okay, so let's start with Instagram. Where Instagram is at is I feel like they're trying to put the social back in social media. And I feel like Instagram is like really, really obsessed right now with shares, reposting, DMs. Like all of their updates in 2025 have been about messages, adding voice notes into messages. adding the repost, which I'm obsessed with, they even said that shares is like the biggest indicator in their algorithm right now, is sharing to your story and reposting, sending to your friend is like the biggest note that they will take to push out your video more or your content more. So the biggest update over the summer is that Instagram launched repost, and I have to share this with you. We did a post on the Busy Blooming Instagram about reposts. It has almost 400,000 views, and it was a carousel. I thought a gorgeous carousel about Instagram reposting. It has so many hate comments. People were pissed about Instagram reposts. A comment by a man named Scott. He says, "Thanks for wasting my time with your shit content." Scott is pissed at the reposting. Somebody else commented, "This is more crap for the shit show." Somebody else commented, "God, this place sucks." Somebody said, "This is effing useless." So people were really angry. I thought I had such a funny, gorgeous post about reposting from Busy Blooming. Maddie and I, we worked so hard on it. If you guys don't know Maddie, I'm obsessed with her. Her and I work together at Busy Blooming on the social and the content, and we really thought that post was amazing, and we ate, and people were pissed. Regardless, I do think that Instagram reposting is such an amazing feature because TikTok has had this forever, and why I like it is because it's kind of a subtler version of sharing content on your story, because if you share my post on your story, you are saying that with your chest. You're like, okay, everybody who follows me, go watch this. But if you just repost it, it's kind of a more subtle nudge. It's on your account. So what this does is, as a creator, it lets your content have more opportunity for sharing. That's not just sharing to your story or DMing to a friend. It's more subtle. So you're more likely to get more reposts. It's just another way to get another type of engagement. But also, if I repost something, like let's say I repost your gorgeous carousel, that carousel is more likely to come up in my followers' feeds as well, which I love that. TikTok has that. Like when you're on their For You page and you're scrolling, you'll be like, okay, this person reposted. So I love that. I love reposting. That's like the big news of the summer, I would say, in terms of Instagram. We'll see this week if anything comes out, and then we chat about it on Monday. But I love it. I think reposting is amazing. Okay, let's chat about YouTube. Again, same with YouTube. Nothing crazy happened over the summer. YouTube Shorts is still living in lowercase. But the big thing YouTube did over the summer was remove their trending page, which is kind of crazy. YouTube has had their trending page forever. And the reason I think that they did this is because the Instagram algorithm and the TikTok algorithm specifically TikTok, it balances relevancy and popularity equally. So let's say on your For You page when you're scrolling, you might see a video that has like 10 views. Let's say you're really into the Rhode Beauty launch, which aren't we all, that happened this week. I was fighting for my life to try to get something in Toronto from Rhode Beauty, and I got one lip peptide, which is a win. Anyway, so let's say you're really into Rhode Beauty, and you might see videos on your page on TikTok that have like 10 likes on them. They don't have very many views. That's because that video has done a really good job of putting Rhode Beauty in their video and the title and what they're saying and the hashtags and the caption. And so that's really relevant to you. And so TikTok doesn't only put videos on your page that are popular, it also puts relevant videos. They don't really care about popularity as much, which is a very advanced algorithm. That's why people find it easier to grow on TikTok, because it's not just about viral videos all the time. And so I think YouTube has realized that, and someone on the team, I believe, did say this in the summer, that they've realized that trends are community-based. Like, for example, what's trending for me right now is the Rhode launch, and everyone's hauls from the Rhode launch in Sephora. Is that probably trending on my husband Storm's TikTok? Probably not. But is his Toronto Maple Leafs season coming up on mine? No. So trends and what's trending is so unique to communities, to users, to brands, to the niche audiences. So I feel like it's very interesting that they removed their trending page. What I would take away from this as an action, as a creator and as someone in social, is that this means that you just need to be very clear in your title of who you're talking to. So I wouldn't say for this episode, it's your winning season as a title, because I don't know, YouTube can't tell who I'm talking to. I would say content creators and influencers, it's your winning season, or it's your winning season on social media. That's one thing I would take away from this, is just be a little more prescriptive and detailed in your title, not SEO keyword stuff, because that's not how YouTube algorithm works. You're going to grow on YouTube because of your click-through rate. So if someone sees your video on the homepage and they click on it, that's what matters. So you don't want to put a bunch of random keywords, because like, who's going to click on that? You want one full sentence that's bold, it cringes you out, but you want to have something about the target audience or the topic right in that title. Okay, and then lastly, our most loved and hated platform in the office, TikTok. The TikTok ban has been suspended. It was supposed to be banned in September, I believe on the 15th. It is not going to be banned on the 15th. It's been extended. Is that shocking to anybody? Absolutely not. Another update on TikTok is you can only add 3 hashtags now, so that's something new. Would I waste one of my hashtags with FYP or trending? Absolutely not. But that's the update for TikTok. What I'm noticing on TikTok is carousels are working really well, which I love. I love a carousel. What I will say is if you're going to post a carousel, make it not graphic, Canva coded. Make it like a photo with a little bit of minimal text. My favorite way to make a carousel is in Instagram stories. So those are pretty much the platform updates. One thing in the news I pulled, which I don't know, this is interesting, but I feel like it kind of is. This is interesting to me, is that 2025 is the first year that content creator platforms, YouTube, Instagram, LinkedIn, are generating more ad revenue for the first time than traditional media advertising platforms like newspapers, radio, billboards, commercials, TV. Content creator platforms are driving more ad revenue, which is so crazy. And again, it just says we are all in the best industry ever. I really do believe content creation, influencing, social media is the future of marketing. It just is. I feel like it's the best industry to be in for AI proofing your career, which we're going to talk about that. You guys, I have to do a video on AI proofing probably next week on how to AI proof your content strategy, because I have so many thoughts on like AI influencers and all of that. But that's kind of an interesting piece of news. I just thought maybe you should know if anyone brings it up at work or one of your clients or something. It's kind of just interesting. Okay, and that is our meeting for the week. I had so much fun doing this. I believe it is officially time to clock out, because I think that is everything that needed to come across your desk this week. I think we covered everything. The trends, content ideas, some news, platform updates, a little bit of a meeting to kick off our energy. And I think now let's get into After Hours, which I am so excited about. After Hours is a segment where we have done in the past, or after a meeting, after work, we clock out and it's kind of like we're at a little coffee date. We're not in the office. No one can hear us. And we can talk about maybe not super work related things. For example, I like taking you behind the scenes a little bit of Busy Blooming and telling you about like what I'm doing, what I'm working on personally as like an entrepreneur, a creator, things I'm learning, things I'm doing, things I'm building, all my mistakes. I love that side of it. But then also things that are trending in social media that's maybe not strategy related, like Taylor Swift getting engaged or Sabrina Carpenter's new album, The Road launch, kind of things that are very big on social media that I just like need to unpack with you. Because one thing about me, you guys might know this, I'm a pop culture person to my core, and I feel like the After Hours, we can add that in as a little bit of a segment. If there's big things going on that are trending on social that we need to discuss and unpack. So I'm very excited. So let's get into it. So over the summer, it was Short Form Summer rebrand, and it sent me into a spiral that I truly cannot express. The whole point of Short Form Summer rebrand was to do a brand deck, think of your new brand, of who you want to be, what you want to do. And I don't know why it sent me into orbit of thinking about, okay, there have been so many changes I've been wanting to make with Busy Blooming, the podcast, HQ, my brand on social media, Busy Blooming's brand on social media. And as I was trying to post on social, my personal account, I thought this is just not at all like who I want to be or what I want to do. And so what that led me down was a bunch of posting and archiving and a million Canva slide decks of a business plan, a rebrand for the entire Busy Blooming, not a rebrand, but a new direction, a new vibe for the show. And anyway, there has been so many renovations at Busy Blooming HQ. If you're in the office, there have been, I think, 2 or 3 renovations, one in July, one in August, of just different ways to organize the platform. I really do take to heart everything people say who are paying to be in HQ. If they have an idea, if they want a certain live session, if they don't like something, if they want to see something. Like I used to post the content ideas on Mondays. People want it on Sundays. It's on Sundays. So it's been a lot of trial and error and testing and pivoting. And I think we really nailed it down. The flow of Busy Blooming HQ, the new podcast show, kind of a new vibe on Instagram a little bit, a new podcast cover. And I've just been having so much fun. I love this sort of stuff. What I do find though is when you're very strategic with all these things, you post so much less and you execute so much less, which is why I think we all just need to get into our execution era going into the fall. But for the show today, so I actually was planning on Sundays in HQ to record the podcast live with you. So we did that yesterday, is that we did the show live. A bunch of us were recording the episode live. And this morning today is Monday, the 8th. It's like 8 in the morning right now. When I went to go post the episode this morning, I'm like, okay, I feel like we need to pivot. I feel like I could do this so much better if I'm not on live and like chatting to everybody. And I already know the episode is so much better. And so what we're going to do instead on Sundays is do a content planning session every Sunday live of the content ideas, the report, the vibe, just like chat as an office every Sunday instead, which I feel like is just so much better anyway. We do go live every Thursday as well. We've been doing a lot of content audits. Like I've been auditing people's content. We've done a couple workshops and it's just been so fun. So every Thursday, every Sunday we go live. Every Sunday night is the content ideas. We'll be chatting in the different departments. It's just so fun over there. So over the summer, that's pretty much what I've been doing. Is just taking the short from summer rebrand way too far into the entire business. And I've been having a lot of fun. I feel like I did figure out my signature templates on Instagram and TikTok, which I love. And I hope you had a good summer. I hope you enjoyed Short From Summer Rebrand. I hope you're excited for this new show. I love the idea of having a Monday morning meeting of stuff like this. That's rather than just a whole 45-minute episode on one topic. It's timely about trends and ideas and news and updates, and also a little bit of that as well. So it's kind of just everything packaged in for your week. So we start the week together, which I think is really fun. I'm so happy the show is back. I hope you like the new show, and please let me know your thoughts. I'm dying to know if you have anything you want to hear every week, if there's specific things you want to talk about in after hours, if you want the mental health episode, whatever you want to see, just let me know. And I'd of course love to have you in Busy Blooming HQ as well. If not, then we'll be here for free every Monday at 10 a.m. Today's not 10 a.m., but usually 10 a.m. And I hope you're doing well, and I'll see you guys next Monday. Okay, bye.